Good evening. My name is Chawata Sinzala, and I am a lecturer of pathology, microbiology, and biochemistry at Northwestern University College of Health and Applied Sciences. Today, I'll be taking you through some tips on how to become a good lecturer. So, lecturing, rather teaching, is a transformative act. And in today's post-pandemic environment, lecturers are expected to be more strategic. They are expected to be more empathetic and also technically fluent in their approach. We are not just instructors, but we are facilitators for growth. The quote I live on is that be the student you want to teach. That mindset shapes everything I do in my classroom environment as a lecturer. There are 5 pillars that each lecturer is supposed to master. These are core competencies that are a must-know for each and every lecture. Number 1, subject mastery. Instructional clarity is the second one. The third one is learner engagement, emotional intelligence, and finally there is continuous improvement. I'll go through each of these so that I can elaborate more for the sake of understanding. When talk of subject mastery, credibility begins with knowledge. And in my teaching, I ensure that every concept is grounded in evidence and also clinical relevance. Whether I'm explaining metabolic pathways in biochemistry or I'm just explaining some laboratory procedures or hematological slides, I anticipate students' misconceptions and also I clarify this to them. As Brookfield 2023 outlines, students, they learn best when they feel respected. And that respect starts with intellectual authority. When we go to the second one, which is instructional clarity, structure will enhance students' understanding. And in this approach, I use Gagner's 9 methods for scaffolding learning. For example, I begin with a clinical scenario. I outline the clear objectives of the lesson. I guide my students through the content and also I provide timely feedback for them so that they can appreciate the learning process. Ambrose and his colleagues, they remind us that learning is enhanced when students engage in deliberate practice and also provide feedback and also opportunities for reflection. Learner engagement is another key aspect. Engagement is about empowering students to take ownership of their learning. I use problem-based learning in my teaching approach. Also, I allow for peer discussions, peer review, where students can interact with each other and they can provide constructive feedback, even through formative assessments. I can give an example in nutrition modules. Students analyze real dietary patterns and also propose culturally sensitive interventions. Brookfield 2023 emphasizes that engagement is not a technique, but it's a relationship. Emotional intelligence is also another aspect. It builds trust and resilience, which are essential for deep learning. So we must allow students to make mistakes, and that's how they can learn. Continuous improvement is the last pillar. So good lecturers, they evolve, they constantly learn. For example, for me, I use narrated slides, simulations, and online polls to keep learning accessible and engaging. As Ambrose reminds us that effective learning evolves with context and reflection. In terms of activities and readings, I allow my students, rather these activities allow me to design several activities, like I use icebreakers during my lessons, case study analysis, and also reflective journaling. So I also provide the recommended books for the students so that they can appreciate the learning and they can have a reference point. In conclusion, being a good lecturer is dynamic and reflective pursuit. It requires mastery, empathy, clarity, and a commitment to growth. Teaching is not just a profession, it's a transformative act. And we must remember, be the student you want to teach. Thank you so much for watching.